Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're super excited because John Wick 4 is finally streaming, but first we're going to sit down to watch Mr. Yo playing as the red Ethiopians take on Hera playing as the blue Portuguese. Now all the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now the Ethiopians are a civilization designed to kill its opponents as fast as possible. Their foot archers are the fastest firing foot archers in the game. Their onagers, scorpions, rams, and bombard cannons can all be upgraded to have an even bigger blast radius. And their unique unit, the Shotel warrior, is a fast, incredibly strong, but kind of fragile infantry unit that only trains in 4 seconds once you upgrade it to its elite form. Now to help strengthen their army on the field of battle, both Shotel warriors and Ethiopian camel units can be upgraded to take less damage from all mounted units in the game. And when I say all mounted units, I mean it, ranged or melee. Now to support their military endeavors out on the map, Ethiopians receive 100 food and 100 gold for free every single time they go up in age, which, believe you me, once you go up to feudal, allows you to put on a bit more aggression than normal. The pikeman upgrade is free once they hit castle, which saves you about 300 resources. And the Ethiopian economy is harder to surprise and raid because their outposts come with a big boost to their line of sight. And by the way, thanks to the penultimate patch, no longer cost any stone, so their outposts wood only. Now opposing the Ethiopians in red, we've got Hera playing as the Portuguese in blue, a mixed land-based naval civilization whose economic bonuses, powerful economic bonuses I should say, allow it to take advantage of its very strong gunpowder units to start with. To get an early game boost to your economy, Portuguese foragers, these guys also generate wood while they collect berries. All Portuguese units cost less gold. All technologies are researched faster, except for going up in age. And once you hit Imperial, you can turn to the unique structure of the Portuguese. Now, unlike the Bulgarian Krepos, the Sicilian Donjon, this is not a military building per se. It is an economic building that generates all 4 resources at once, but does take 20 population space. Now, I said it's not a military structure per se because, you know, what are you going to use those resources for if not for military? Now, using all of the strong features, bonuses, characteristics of the Portuguese, they can field a pretty impressive gunpowder-based army. To start with, they have access to every single non-unique gunpowder unit in the game on land and on sea. All of these gunpowder units can be upgraded to fire more accurately at moving targets and to increase the speed of their projectiles, which very much benefits their unique unit, the organ gun. By the way, did he take... Yeah, even Hera taking damage on villagers, pulling elephants and rhinos. As you guys, if you've watched a few of my videos recently, you know I'm on quite a kick to find villagers that do not take damage when luring elephants and rhinos. We did see it once, I think, a few videos ago, but since then, every single player, whether at a 2400, 25, whatever elo they are, seem to take damage. Even Berber, surprisingly. But in any event, as I mentioned, the Arquebus upgrade does benefit their unique unit of the Portuguese, none other than the organ gun. This is a gunpowder siege unit that fires 5 or 6 bullets in a small spread, designed to hit multiple targets at once, and comes with a tiny little +1 attack bonus against infantry, skirmishers, and buildings. So these are the 2 civs we have for us today. Very hard-hitting civs in their own right. The Ethiopians, again, I hope... You know, I'm torn with the Ethiopians. Part of me hopes we get to see those machine gun archers of theirs just firing insanely fast. And part of me hopes that we get to see Shotel warriors running across the map with their 18 base attack, just shredding through anything and everything. For now, though, both players going up on pretty sparse economies. 17 villagers for our Ethiopian, 18 for our Portuguese. Not sure why I'm focusing on the middle of nothing there. It looks like Mr. Yo will be ahead about 25 seconds in advance of Hera. Let's see what they've seen of each other's base. Mr. Yo still has not discovered. Oh, no. Hera? I think we saw the scout. Hera, and yeah, of course he's discovered. And now Mr. Yo should discover. Sees the lumberjacks, knows to go left, sees the carpet, a telltale sign, 2 carpets nonetheless, tells you that there is a town center in the vicinity, and we'll see what he decides to you, Hera. walling himself off to the bottom right. His primary gold a little bit exposed to the front here. Take a look at the resources, by the way. As I mentioned, the Ethiopians getting basically 200 resources for free every single time they go up in age. 100 food, 100 wood is not, rather 100 food, 100 gold is not a small amount, and that allows them to put on some good early game aggression. Take a look at the gold count right now. 50 gold to 164. Neither player having spent that much gold, to be honest, and our Ethiopian able to produce more archers, more militia, men-at-arms, whatever he wants. As I was saying, Hera's primary gold a little bit exposed in the forward center position. Primary stone, nice and secure, kind of in the back, using it as part of the wall off. Mr. Yo's gold, though, take a look how nice and safe it is, and his stone as well in an M-shaped pile there in the back. So Mr. Yo, I think, having the advantage in terms of resources, but look how far away his wood lines are. One to the left, not too bad, but the one to the right, the ones to the right rather, 1, 2, 3, 4, all so far away, choosing Mr. Yo instead to wall himself off with a little bit of a closer wall up. And look at Hera expecting aggression out of Mr. Yo, pulling one villager to the north, one villager to the south. So 2 villagers off the production. I thought it would have been more if he was in a bit of a rush to complete this wall up. But no, just 2 villagers is not terrible. And now they're both sitting on the same villager count. His wood line's a little bit closer, I would say, right? Take a look at this one to the south. Very close to the town center. So Hera here with, I think, an advantage in terms of where the lumber is located. Mr. Yo in terms of the scarcer resources. The gold, the stone. But that being said, we'll see who is putting on the aggression. Mr. Yo gets first blood. Rambo prize here. Gets 2 kills. Hera, none. Hera having to defend. And remember, each one of these guys foraging for lemons also generates a little bit of wood. I believe it's a 1-to-3 ratio. So one, what would it be? Unit of wood for every 3 units of food. Hera getting his first kill. Mr. Yo's archer has to disengage here. Skirmishers, even one with 1 HP, is a nice little juicy chum here for this archer so that the other skirmishers can take care of it. But 4 more on the way. Mr. Yo seeing the skirmishers doubling down on archer play. Okay, let's see how it goes for him. His wall off. You know, I'm not going to lie, a little bit surprised here. Mr. Yo, generally the one whose base looks like this, not going to lie. He's the one who usually carves himself an enclave in the map here. Hera, usually the one who takes a bit more time to wall himself off. Mr. Yo needs to finish the wall up there. Switching up playstyles here for both players. But like I said, Hera, definitely expecting some kind of aggression, needs to get his butt up to castle. That's generally the meta with the Portuguese, is rush, rush, rush to castle age. Start pumping out organ guns. And I think the verdict is still out on whether the organ guns were nerfed or buffed. Oh no, finds himself a nook here. Hera has to get 1 skirmisher here, just 1 shot, and this archer is dead. Is anyone coming to save these lumberjacks? No. Oh, so many zebras, so many zebras. But come on, send 1 skirmisher here. Instead, Hera positioning himself in the front here, does not want to fall into this trap. I wonder if he suspects it's something. Okay, here we go. A skirmisher comes. Should be able to one-shot this archer, right? Especially with the high ground. Whoop. And you are dead. Evening up the kill count is our blue Portuguese. But as I said, Hera just needs to survive here. Take a look, 400 food already. Just a little bit more gold as well. Primary structure here for him is the archery range. I don't see another one going. No, never mind. Right as I say it, he puts down a blacksmith. Mr. Yo pivoting to the north, taking a wide berth to get to Hera's base. What has he built? The exact same thing, a blacksmith and an archery range. He is actually closer to going up to castle than Hera is. Just needs 1 more ounce of gold and 90 or so more food. Not a surprise that Mr. Yo's economy up and running a little bit quicker. Hera pulling off at least 2 villagers to complete this wall off at a time when they had about 21, 22 villagers apiece. Is about 10% of your workforce being pulled off the production line. And Mr. Yo being so annoying here. Oh, the double-edged sword of having wood lines this close if they're this thin. Take a look. What is this? I'm going to try to double click. This is literally 2 or 3 tiles deep, which means these archer units with 5 range are going to have a field day, whether they're standing in this nook, whether they're standing here. They are going to be able to do a good amount of damage, and Mysterio doing exactly that, heading up to castle about 40 seconds ahead of his opponent now. That elephant, oh, you love to see these little additions, these little tchotchkes that are added into the map. It looks like Hera's going for a bit of a trap here. Let's see if Mysterio, let's take a look at his vision. Let's follow along with these archers as they, oh, okay, they see it. Beautiful snipe by Hera. Immediately gets one. Mysterio, oh no. I think this extends to the end of the map here. Oh, what a gorgeous trap set by Hera here. And Mysterio's last remaining archer decides to, you know, forget about it. I've got a force up here. Why am I busy microing down south? Scout, probably looking for relics, probably looking for map vision. I don't know. We'll see what that scout is for. In any event, does go by one of the relics here, protected by this gaggle of ostriches. What do you call a group of ostriches, by the way? I just assume it's a gaggle. I don't know why. Hits castle, 254 golds become 254 gold becomes 354 gold. And now again, Hera's lumberjacks are going to be exposed. Botkin being added as well. So these guys are going to have 6 range, 6 attack in a second. Oh, look at Mr. Yo playing a bit of a mind game here. Why is he not attacking? Hera is searching for him. 4 kills on these guys. Now Hera is in castle as well. Is this a mind game or is he just waiting for crossbow? Skirmishers going the wrong way. No, never mind. Snaking their way northeast. He moves left. He sees a siege workshop. Knows to disengage. Not exactly something you want to engage into with a 5 feudal age archers with only a +1 attack, but the crossbows get nothing done. Oh, how sour they reveal themselves. They get nothing done. Well, you know what? Actually, I shouldn't say nothing done. They get nothing killed. They get actually quite a lot done, pulling no fewer than 5 lumberjacks off the wood line and then sending the other 5 down south to have to spend, first of all, 100 wood to build another camp. And then all that commute time. Who the hell wants to commute all the way this way to work? That is a long way to go. And in comes our Ethiopian siege crossbows. More crossbows. 15 ranged units for him. But our Portuguese, not exactly falling too far behind, is ahead in army supply. 6 basic skirmishers, 11 crossbows. Right as I say that, of course, one of the skirmishers does die. And yet again, Mr. Yo finds himself in a Portuguese sandwich. Will be lucky to get out of here with any of his archer units, let alone 2. I'm surprised he even managed to get 2. Now he's circling here to the front as well, bringing his mangonel. Should be able to shoo away whatever the hell Hera has, because Hera has nothing that can engage into a mangonel. Town center in the back thinks better of it, right as I pointed out. Already has a second town center up front. Beautiful location. Might want to secure this hill with some kind of a house or structure. Just make sure Mr. Yo doesn't take it, who has, by the way, breached Hera's base. But does Hera care? He's moving forward with his body of crossbows. By the way, he sees this mangonel with the vision from the buildings, so knows exactly what's happening, knows exactly what's up, getting his own mangonel. And look at Mr. Yo, scout to the north, crossbows to the north, crossbows to the front, crossbows inside the base. Mr. Yo is just everywhere. Will Hera release this mangonel? That's my question. Doesn't really need it to kill these 3 crossbows now that these 8 or 9 are here. But what will he do? Will he reveal it or will he keep it inside? Now he's got to reveal it, right? There's no point in keeping it inside anymore. Mr. Yo's entire aggressive force is gone. A 3rd town center going up for him at the same time as Hera's 3rd town center. And his 2nd, good location as well. Gets a bit of this wood line. Okay, while the players are disengaged, let's take a look at their bases. Mr. Yo with a bit of an interesting spear-shaped base. Kind of pushing towards Hera, expanding along a horizontal axis here. 55 villagers to his opponent's 53. Hera going for more of a V shape. I don't mind this at all. By the way, Mr. Yo has not put a lot of pressure or any pressure on this gold, which means Hera has been free to mine this uninhibited. Not too sure I like the positioning of these villagers. He's got 500 wood. Maybe build a second mining camp over here. Make it just a little tiny bit more efficient. Oh, what the hell? Mr. Yo, what the hell are you? What the hell was the point of that? He's not going to take those zebras. What do you think he's going to do with those zebras? Come on, that was horrible. You guys know how much... oh, and the lion, too. You guys know how much I hate the wanton animal destruction and death in this game. Leave the poor animals alone, unless they're attacking you. Unless it's Cocaine Bear or Methamphetamine Komodo Dragon. I would say, you know, Pothead Lion, but you know, Pothead's not very aggressive. University House going to try to block off this path. I wonder if he's going to build another town center nearby here. Doesn't have any stone for it. Also has 0 villagers on stone, as does Hera. Okay, so I said with Ethiopians, one of 2 ways that I always like to see the games progress. Archers or Shotels. The fact that both players have 0 villagers on stone and don't look like they're actually interested in getting any more villagers or any villagers period put on stone tells me that we're going to see an archer war, and I am here for it. Although engaging into an archer war with the Ethiopians, not too sure that's something you want to do unless your Ethiopian opponent keeps sending in little clumps of 5 or 6 units. Notwithstanding, still managed to get a good amount of Portuguese crossbows. Ballistics for both players. Another archery range for Mr. Yo. Villager count now, he's 5 villagers ahead. Hera housed at 90. Posturing to the front, but not expanding outwards. Monk for him in the production tab. How many relics has he seen, or is this just to heal the units? Let's take a look. He's seen 1 relic very close by, a 2nd relic also close by, and that's basically it. Hasn't seen the ones to the south. And where is the 5th? Some monk somewhere out on the map has already taken the 5th relic. What am I missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4. I am missing something, no doubt. Oh, no, there it is. Sorry. What I am missing is good vision. Lion, this is the moment. This is your moment. No, says the villager. She stabs him to death. Again, Mr. Yo with the better ranged unit, I think. But still, just sending out small clumps. Let's compare attack speeds, by the way. 1.7 second delay versus... should be just the 2. There you go. 18% faster firing foot archers makes them the fastest firing foot archers in the game once they are fully upgraded versus other fully upgraded. But again, look at what Mr. Yo is doing. Why does he keep throwing away these small clumps of crossbows? Is it because he's planning some kind of sneaky transition into skirmishers? He's got no forward position, which means he's streaming units across the map in small clumps. That being said, so far it's freaking working. 9 villager kills for him, maybe a 10th. No, she manages to get into the town center. So far, economically, it is working for him because he has 9 villager kills to 0. His economy has been uninterrupted, even though he is now housed at 115. I just don't, eventually, you'd like to think at some point, these small clumps will just bankrupt him unless he puts together some kind of force, or we'll see. You know, Hera, not exactly a player you can bank on killing with multi-pronged attack. Multi-pronged attacks, sorry, plural. As he slowly gathers all the relics, the second one making its way into the monastery, but there's a bit of an army here in between. Sees it, doesn't care. Monk dies, relic falls. Mr. Yo continues this piecemeal attack. Maybe he knows Hera is tired. Maybe he knows Hera is sleepy. Maybe he knows something we don't. But not exactly a strategy we've seen employed successfully against Hera in these ranked ladder matches, by the way. Oh, look at this. Look at the vision on this town, on this outpost. Look at that insane vision. The Ethiopians, such a powerful civilization. So many cool features and bonuses just make them so hard to tackle on the field of battle. That being said, it's our Portuguese who is housed at 120, who is going to reach Imperial first, does get wind of the elite skirmisher transition, and immediately leather archer armor, elite skirmisher upgrade for himself, but does lose, what was that, the barracks? The OG barracks from the start of the game. Okay, good shot there by that on Mangonel. But at this stage, I don't think these guys die to one shots, do they? No, I think let me take a quick look. 35. I don't know if that they necessarily die. Okay, first castle here finally going up for somebody. I don't know if that guy was injured or not. I mean, these injured ones obviously die. Anyway, Mr. Yo here to the north, Mr. Yo here to the center, trying to deny this castle. Desperately needs to, by the way, because when you're going multi-pronged attacks, the whole point of that is to go multi-pronged. If one of your prongs is nullified, then you're no longer a multi-prong. You're just a uniprong or a dual prong here to the south. You're no longer a fork. You are, what? I don't know. A fork that only has two prongs. Now to the north and now to the south because the center is gone. And now Mr. Yo has to start clumping his army a little bit. And now he needs to start building a bigger army. And Hera needs to realize what the hell's happening here. Losing way too many villagers. 17 villagers to 0 kills at the moment. Even though he is ahead in total kills, meaning he's killed more military. And look at this. Villagers chasing a mangonel. Not something we see every day between Mr. Yo and Hera. But you love to see it. Know where this mangonel can run to. Skirmishers slowly making their way across. Mr. Yo should be an Imperial just as I finish this sentence. We'll see what happens when he does. For now, for Hera, chemistry, thumb ring. Oh my goodness. 2 villagers managed to get that mangonel. Good pickup there. And a beautiful shot. Even though he doesn't actually kill any units, now he does. Did manage to soften them up for the future barrage. Another prong denied here by Hera to the north. Chemistry and bracer for our Ethiopian. Hera, this is the moment. He feels comfortable enough. He secured his center. He secured his north. Now is the moment for economic upgrades, improving his farms, improving his lumberjacks. He is pushing out to the center. Mr. Yo, 14 villagers on stone. Overkill much? He wants to get his but a castle, and look at that. Behind all this, relic count is actually in favor of Mr. Yo. Oh, no. Mr. No, says Hera, but only momentarily. Where are you going? Hello? 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 Do you not see a monastery right here? Okay. Hello? Hello, Mr. Monk? Drop your payload, please. Hera here focusing on the skirmisher to the north, gets demolished by the skirmishers just left of there. And now the organ guns are coming out, but versus a mangonel, not exactly designed to take those on. And Mr. Yo's first castle going up as well. Has the monk dropped off the relic? No, he has not. And he's okay, now he has. I was going to say he's behind the structure there. So maybe Mr. Yo's going to forget about him, but no, he of course does not. Arbalest upgrade. Now we're going to get to see those Ethiopian machine gunner units. How many does he have? 15 only. So, skirmishers to the east, mangonel to the south. Skirmishers slowly picking away at this trebuchet. No way to defend it. So even though it had a lot more pierce armor before, while it was unpacked, has to pack it up and run it the hell home. But to the north, Hera secure. Gold, stone, wood. This is a fantastic location for Hera here to have control of. This gives him 3 of the biggest resources that he needs right now in order to go archer units. Not exactly a food intensive unit. Oh, look at Hera, cock of the walk from before, sends 2 more villagers to gun down this mangonel. Says, you know what, it worked last time, so why the hell wouldn't it work this time as well? And look at that, even maneuvering, microing these elite skirmishers. Beautiful kill. More stone for him. 19 villagers on stone. But Ethiopian range is here, and when Ethiopian range is here, ugh, what the hell do you do? Hera choosing to go cavalier. Not bad at all. Let's look at how fast these guys fire. Now look at that. Mangudai speed. 1.4. Torsion engines. So take a look. We're gonna look at the bombard cannon. Look at the area of effect range I ran. 0.5, right at the bottom of that list there. Look, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and look at it now. Ugh, double basically. 1 tile area of effect damage for these bombard cannons. Man, the Ethiopians, can they pack a punch? Secures his eastern frontier as well. The problem for Hera, he's got 1 trebuchet. He's got a good amount of food, a good amount of gold though. Does he have time? Does he have the production facilities? He's only, okay, 5 stables, not bad. But this is a lot of Arbalests. They're going to be able to pick off your Cavaliers very quickly, especially with a monk and 3 more Arbalests. A Shotel warrior, where are you? You are to the south. What were you getting up to while we were looking at those Arbalests? I don't know. We will do a picture-in-picture. So by the time you hear me saying these words, we will have seen exactly what that Shotel warrior has done. Look at this. Look at the speed. This is ridiculous. Machine gunners. Absolutely insane. Hera needs to muster up a big response right now. I don't know that he necessarily needs to be afraid of this monk even. Okay, never mind. Manages to snipe the monk. What is the Treb doing? There's no infrastructure here to the south. At least target some of these skirmishers. Okay, Hera's going counter raid. Is that really what you want to do? I think he's very comfortable with his castles here, saying, you know what? It's going to take a while for the bombard cannons and the Trebs to demolish my castles. So in the meantime, I'm just going to go counter raid. Discovers a castle, though. Oh, and what are you going to do with these guys? 12 of these Cavaliers. Horrible upgrades on them in terms of attack. And Mr. Yo manages to Viper Wall himself in. And now these Cavaliers, what are they going to do? Keep an eye on them, while at the same time Mr. Yo pushes in through the front. And this is where 12 extra Cavaliers would be absolutely beneficial. Oh, they should have gone to the left to get the bombards, maybe. Let me know what you think. And this is what I was talking about. I think Mr. Yo has just critical mass right now of Arbalests. 56 army supply to 41, so he's not ahead that much. And he's ahead in the weaker unit. In terms of just stats, 140 HP to 40 HP. Hera doing as good a job as he possibly can here, but still not enough. But Mr. Yo's retreating into the safety of the castle. 5 bombard cannons, though. Oh, well, yeah, look at Hera's resources. He's got enough gold for 1 more Cavalier. And of his 13 total Cavalier, 8 of them are here. He's being raided here. And despite the fact that this raid is not going to accomplish much in terms of kill count, looks like, what, 1 villager, 2, 3 villagers for 1, 2 skirmishers. It does pull 7 villagers off the production line. How many idols did Hera have right before he quit? 15. Although Mr. Yo, 22. Interesting. Let's take a look at his allocation. Oh man, is this exposed? This is a lot of lumberjacks. 26 lumberjacks totally exposed. But yeah, Hera. We've seen this before in these high elo games, where at the moment when a player you'd think should be conglomerating and globbing up all of his military units into one big death ball, just like their opponent is, because aside from this small force of skirmishers, Mr. Yo has basically stopped all of his pronged attacks. There's no longer anything happening to the south. There's no longer anything happening to the north, again, with the exception of these few skirmishers. And the 2 towers will eventually get rid of them. I mean, this is fantastic tower placement by Hera. But his entire force here is to the center, especially the damage dealers, these 5 bombards and the Treb. If you can get rid of those, there's nothing that Arbalest can do against the castle. And so, again, we've seen it multiple games when players, instead of putting together a sizable army, instead go raiding. And sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. Let's take a look at that fight yet again. I think if the skirmishers were on the right and the Cavaliers were on the left, I think this fight could have gone much, much better for Hera, for sure. Take a look at how exposed these bombards and Treb are. And the skirmishers should do a pretty good job. 13 skirmishers is not bad. I mean, 42 arbalests. Yikes. Let's just look at the speed of fire. Look at this. Just watch the arbalests. That's just ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And 42 has become, well, no, you know, the ones on the left, 31. He's only lost 11 of them. A lot of other civs would have lost a lot more than 11. Hera loses control of the relic, loses control of his center, doesn't get the damage done that he needs. By the way, in that fight, what were the bombard cannons doing? I was fanboying out on the arbalests. Let's take a look at what the bombards were firing on. Okay, so skirmishers at the outset. Yeah, beautiful use of the bombards. They're just demolishing these skirmishers one by one. And sometimes two by two. Two more go down. Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, that area of effect, that 0.9 tile damage is just redonkulous. And Mr. Yo just takes the better engage here, and Hera unable to dislodge these siege units. Let's take a look at the stats. 103 crossbow arbalest to 72 skirmishers. Hera with his typical high APM at the earlier stages of the game. Both of them seem to be relatively at the same time. I smell feudal micro. Okay, not a terrible difference in economy. Relics playing very little role here. Let's see what was going on. Yeah, wood. When you're going archers, the player with more wood generally, you know, in a better position. Food, about similar, about 2,000 apart. Gold, 1,500 or 1,700 or so. Stone, nothing to write home about. Converts, none. Kill count. At the end of the day, let's just fast forward to the end. Ooh, he dies right as the game ends. 172 to 163. Pretty damn even kill count, but look at that. Mysterio, 41 villagers to Hera 7. Look, I'm glad Hera finally managed to get some villager kills here. Of these, okay, economy. So it must be the 4 dead ones who got the villager kills, but in theory, not in theory, in practice, in reality, Hera managed to get more military kills, right? Because this is 156 military kills to 131. So you did get 25 more kills in terms of army, but ultimately, again, like I said, sending this force, we've seen it done before. So, oh no, there's a 9th one here. How many kills? 0 kills. Sometimes successfully, sometimes unsuccessfully. In this case, Hera runs out of gold, loses control of the center. I also didn't notice that the castle fell, which means that all of this is now exposed. All of the production facilities, by the way, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stables out of a total of how many? 6 out of 6 stables are now in jeopardy. To a torsion engine upgraded bombard cannon that does 240 extra bonus damage against buildings. 5 of them means 1,200 extra bonus damage, means they basically 2-shot each one of these structures. And so Hera out of gold, out of space, out of buildings once these guys get demolishes, and just out of time, more importantly. Mr. Yo is here. He is not relenting. He is continuing to stream reinforcements across the map, and even though Hera is doing a fantastic job picking them off, a little bit here, a little bit there, focusing on some villagers to the left, focusing on I'm not too sure on what here on this house, to the left, even more left. But Mr. Yo, you know he's going to start pumping out halberdiers to get rid of these guys. Plus a castle. I don't even know if he needs halberdiers. But in any event, despite garrisoning his relic very bizarrely and strangely late, Mr. Yo, just in the center here, abandons all of his multi-pronged attacks, which I thought were, let's put it like this, an interesting play earlier on. You guys, if you've made it this far, you've obviously heard what I had to think about those. Gloms up his army into one big death ball here. What the hell can Hera do against 22 arbalests, 5 bombard cannons, and a treb? And again, these are not basic bombard cannons. These are torsion engine upgraded bombard cannons. And these are Ethiopian arbalests that fire as fast as Mangadai. What the hell can Hera do here, especially with enough gold for 1 more cavalier when 9 out of his 13 cavaliers are down south, 400 HP gone on them? The answer, nothing. So Hera, I think, realizes that, sees a few steps ahead, loses the castle, knowing he's going to lose control of this center position. And even though he's got the wood to rebuild his infrastructure, and even though he's got more gold over here, Mr. Yo, with a few basic skirmishers, what is this, a few hundred resources only, manages to dislodge the entire gold operation of Hera. This one is gone as well, because how can you possibly mine gold here knowing that the army is, what, 15, 20 tiles away? You can't. Not without any risk. And he's got trash resources, but does not have enough to build skirmishers and cavaliers. Has to double down on one. And yeah, just cannot engage into this. Army supply 47 to 25, but 9 of 25, again, as we saw down south. And so really 16 army supply here for Hera. Realizes that even though he's got the villager lead, cannot engage into this and has been cracked open. No future for him in this game. Decides to tap out. Mr. Yo gets the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.